Hey guys, Strong Style Studios back again. It's Alex.
And it's me, Noah.
And we are here with your NXT Takeover 2 review. This show was early this month. We finally got around to reviewing it. Definitely the weakest NXT special they've done this year, but certainly one that is furthering a lot of storylines and getting things across that they want, I think.
Yeah, I think that it was, as far as in-ring, wasn't as good as the first one, but there was payoffs.
Yeah. And one thing I think this one did a little bit better job was it felt more like an hour-long version of the regular show, which necessarily isn't a bad thing, you know?
An hour longer?
Yeah, an hour longer version of it, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so we start things off with the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Cara versus the Ascension for the NXT Tag Team titles. Pretty basic matchup. Probably the better Ascension match I've seen in a while, you know?
Yeah, a little disappointing, but it was good nonetheless. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot there. The Ascension is a team that we've spoke about. We want to see them with more competitive teams.
Yeah.
And this was a chance to see that, and you got a glimpse of what we wanted to see, but it just didn't get to that level.
One thing I did like, though, is that they were smart enough to give Kalisto the hot tag, which was awesome because the crowd went crazy for it.
I love that too.
And they did do, they did like a lot of like crazy stuff and a lot of high flying, especially when like Sin Cara and Kalisto were taking control. Like it was pretty eventful. And there's one thing I really liked was like when Sin Cara was going for the hot tag, like they're both like him and I think it was Connor, both on their hands and knees, like kind of like started like pushing him like on his hands and knees like toward the other corner. I thought that was a really cool spot.
Yeah.
And it's like it's stuff like that. Like and I watched the Ascension, I'm like, man, these guys can be really good if you give them a real opponent to work with. It's just like the little things they do that I think can really elevate them into if you put them in a ring with a legitimate tag team, you know.
Right, and that's something that we've
maybe not misspoke. A tag team that like WWE's willing to put them like on an equal level with, because like it was even in this match it was pretty obvious like that Kalisto and Sami just were outmatched almost.
Right. But nonetheless, it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
I think that it did do some things that they wanted. It still protected the Ascension to move them up to the main roster, and it gave the belts to a team that is good.
Yeah, really good.
So
also, one thing I didn't like is that Sin Cara or Kalisto got the win with his basic finisher, and like I kind of thought like you should have had like him get like do like some like crazy big move to like put away the Ascension. It
would have been nice, or like a tandem.
Double team move, something more, a little more flashy, and like
crossbody and maybe something else off the top.
Something. But a decent match. I give it 2.5.
I give it 2 3/4. I enjoyed it, but it was a little lacking.
And then we had an impromptu match, which was CJ Park versus the debuting Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin hit one move, and that was it. And it was a pretty cool looking move, but not the most effective way to debut a guy, I don't think.
No, and there goes C.J. Parker's push.
Oh yeah, that guy kind of runs his course.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the gimmick. It had potential, but in the ring he was a little limited. It was, I don't know. Yeah, could have been done better.
You can't really write a match. It hasn't happened.
Right.
Then we had a hair versus hair match with Sylvestor Lefort versus Enzo Amore. We're both pretty big fans of Enzo. We like his promo skills. We think he's he's very, very charismatic. And that was the best part of this match, was him coming out and doing a promo to the ring with Big Cass, and like the crowd was going really into the promo. And then the match began, and it's like, oh wait, this sucks, because this was the most basic, boring, generic match you could imagine.
There was no excitement in it.
No, it was very, very cookie cutter.
Right, and it didn't even feel a grudge match. It wasn't. It just lacked anything that you wanted from this match.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Enzo, okay, whatever. Gets the win with an O'Connor roll. Lefort bails, and they dumped this hair shit or whatever on his buddy. I don't know who that was. Very, very uneventful and very...
basically a bait and switch, because the whole point was to get the guy who had the long, luscious hair, and then they get the guy who's got, like, hair as long as we do.
Yeah.
And who cares?
It was...
The whole thing just wasn't... I thought that it didn't... It was supposed to be a payoff, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't really deliver.
Like I said, the best part of this match was the pre-match promo.
Yeah. And the whole bucket of hair...
Yeah,
that was really ridiculous.
That was really dumb. I give this a star. And I think I give the star just because of the promo.
I think I give this a half a star. It was just... I couldn't wait for it to end.
Yeah. Then we had something really, really awesome, which was William Regal coming out, the general manager of NXT, and introducing the world, the WWE Universe, to Kenta. Which, just seeing him walk out with the name Kenta in the background in WWE, that was awesome. Surreal.
It was crazy.
He gets to the ring and cuts a very, very heartfelt promo. I felt like he spoke Japanese, which I thought was kind of cool because, like, it's very obvious he's speaking to the Japanese fans who are, you know, watching. And, like, that's a really cool idea because, hey, this guy's an international dude. You know, you want to get the Japanese audience to be watching. You know, that's the way to do it.
Right, I agree.
And then he cut a very basic promo saying how he's happy to be here. He wants to be. This has been his dream, whatever. And then he introduced himself as not longer as Kenta, but Hideo Itami. To which we're just like, God. Here's my thing. You bring in this guy, you hype it up. The debut of Kenta, the Japanese sensation. He comes in, and the very first moment he's in the ring, he says, "I'm not going by the name Kenta anymore." It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
You know,
This is kind of... I feel like it's alienating the audience that you were trying to capture, the Japanese audience. I think it's a little... Hey, we're bringing in Kenta, and then all of a sudden he's this new guy. He's I don't know. It just feels like he's being repackaged, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, again, not the worst name ever.
No, and I think that he's talented enough to rise above.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But I just didn't care for it. I've heard different things about why.
The basic reason I heard is that, like, you know, I think since the CM Punk thing, they didn't want to risk, you know, having a guy come into the company and then not able to control the trademark name.
And I've heard that, to his credit, Triple H wanted to keep Kenta as the
Of course he did, because he's smart.
Yeah, he
and Vince McMahon's too stupid and too old school and old fashioned not to do. This would be like if you know, say Ric Flair was, you know, not in WWE right now, and like they brought in Ric Flair and then they changed his name. It's like it doesn't matter if you know, the name value is what you want, you know.
Right. It seems like it.
Yeah.
You know?
When people hear like, "Hey, Kent is going to be on Raw," it's like, "Oh, I'm going to watch that." But it's like, "Hey, Hideo Itami is going to be on Raw." Like, who?
Right.
You know,
right.
It's that name recognition.
I mean, remember when they brought in Terry Funk and changed his name?
Chainsaw Charlie. Yeah.
You know, Terry Funk sells tickets.
Exactly. All right. Then this segment did get awesome though, with the Ascension coming out and wanting to talk to William Regal. They threw Kenta out of the ring. And we're just like, well, there goes Kenta. You know, this is already becoming typical WWE bullshit. And then Kenta got back in the ring and kicked the shit out of the Ascension.
Knocking them out of the ring.
That was awesome. And then he got a steel chair and just sat in the middle of the ring and told him to bring it in.
Oh, man. That was such a great shot right there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You could see the smirk on Regal's face. I don't know if it was something that was planned or not, but it was very much the Kenta style.
Oh, yeah. And exactly what you needed to get that to do, to look like a badass, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so that was a really cool segment, and a very effective way, I think, of debuting Kenta, making him look like, hey, this guy is the fucking real deal.
I agree.
So, then we had a grudge match between Bull Dempsey and Mojo Rawley. This match was like a minute, but from what was there was alright, I guess. You know, it was very quick and very painless, you know?
Yeah, this was fine. I don't care for either of these guys.
No. And pretty obvious that WWE doesn't care for Mojo Rawley anymore because they're just feeding him to the wood shit now.
Seems like it.
Yeah. So again, this is NA because it was like a minute long. You can't really have a minute long match.
Right.
And then we had one of the better matches of the night, which was the NXT Women's Title match between Charlotte and Bayley. This was really, really good. I really enjoy Charlotte's work. I think she's a great champion for NXT. I think she's going to be awesome in WWE when she gets to the main roster. Wasn't sold on Bayley, but I think Charlotte really made her look good because this was your typical super dominant heel and the underdog babyface, and the babyface just won't give up. And it was simple but effective, you know?
Yeah, the dynamic is what really made this match a lot of fun because Charlotte is talented enough to carry this match, which she did.
Yeah.
I mean, Bayley, to her credit, she's good.
Oh yeah, and she had her moments where she really shined.
Right, but Charlotte is talented. She is a fantastic wrestler.
She definitely learned from her dad.
And Sarah.
And we were mentioning this, like, you watch her, it's like, this girl definitely has been getting lessons from Sarah already. I mean, like, she just knows what she's doing in that ring.
And the confidence is there. I really, really enjoyed this as a match.
Yeah, it was very, very good. And, like, we were talking, like, recently about, like, like, guys like Jay Lethal doing, like, the old school gimmick, but, like, with a new twist. And, like, that's what Charlotte is. Like, it's, like, it's old school heel dominance, but it still works because you keep it a little bit different just to freshen it up a little bit.
Right. It really is like Flair, but just completely different.
With the new generation of wrestling style.
Yeah.
And a woman, yeah. And to Charlotte's credit, I mean, going to the top rope, which Flairs do not belong on the top rope.
No.
And going for a moonsault, which she over-rotated a little bit, so it looked a little fucked up, but it wasn't the finish, so I didn't mind.
Yeah, that was fine.
And it was really cool, like, when, like, she kicked it, like, Bayley kicked out, like, Charlotte just looks at her, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then, like, just, boom, hits her finisher, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Very good match. I give this a 3.5. I mean, this was a great match, not just a great women's match.
No, I agree. I'm going to give it the same rating, actually. Really enjoyed it. Charlotte,
yeah,
she excites me.
Very, very happy they didn't have Charlotte drop the belt. Because Bayley is not ready, and Charlotte is, is such a great worker that, like, she's kind of needed.
And I feel like if they were to give Bayley the belt now, that drop off in quality, I think that would really hurt the belt and make it less important to the viewers.
Yeah. All right, and then we had the main event, which was a fatal four-way for the NXT title. Adrian, Neville, the champion, defending against Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, and Sami Zayn. One thing I really liked that NXT did was all night they had promo packages for each wrestler. Keep that up. That's something that you should be doing on the main roster too.
I agree.
I mean, recently they had the Battlegrounds match for, like, the Fatal 4-Way. Like, how much better would that have been if throughout the night they were doing promo packages about each guy, and, like, how they have a chance to be champion and this and that, or whatever. It's like, it's simple things like that that really elevate and make it feel like this is a big match.
Right. And I think that the guys in this match, they did a hell of a job. All their promos
were great.
Yeah. These guys all look really comfortable. Even, like, Tyson Kidd, to his credit, he's become really comfortable on the microphone.
And he's good at his role, I think.
I'm starting to enjoy his stuff. When he says, like, fact, I actually kind of think it's funny because how annoying it is.
Yeah, I did like this one thing where he talks about, like, you have one of the best high flyers, you have one of the best underdog, you have one of the best good-looking guys, and then you have all my other opponents. It was like, oh, that was
good.
That was good. And then Tyler Breeze, I really like Tyler Breeze. I mean, he is really funny. And a very, very good character. I think that he could really go far in the WWE. And of course, Sami Zayn, Adrian, Neville, I mean, what has not been said about those guys already.
Right.
Anyway, this match was very, very good. It took a long time to get going. I will say that. But one thing I loved this match did is that there was a spot during the entire match where each guy looked like they were going to win the belt. Every single guy got their spot to shine. No one was overlooked, and they went like 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was a long match.
It was a very long match. So these guys were, working their asses off. Of course, the highlight of this match was, there's two spots that were highlighted. One was Tyler Breeze hitting that crazy offense and, like, looking like he's going to steal it. That was awesome. And then Sami Zayn going apeshit crazy at the end of the match, including doing a suicide dive to the outside where it looked like he landed right on his head.
Oh, man, that was scary.
And then doing the diving DDT through the apron, which is awesome. And then looks like he's going to win the belt, and the referee gets pulled out by Adrian Neville. Such a great near fall.
Yeah, I really, really thought that was a good spot because I bought it.
Oh, absolutely. I thought we were like, this is it. He's going to win. He's going to win. And it's like, oh. And then, yeah, and I like it because, like, it kind of gives Adrian Neville a little bit more of a character to work with. It's like, hey, this is the champ, the squeaky clean champion, and now he's kind of cheating to win. What was it? So it was very
doing what he has to do, and I like that it's not over the top, and it was just he did it. It wasn't like
it almost like when he almost pulled the referee out. It was like he's like kind of like almost like conflicted, like, hey, I'm sorry, I had to do it. I'm the
Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, and then I also like the fact that, like, they're keeping the idea of Sami Zayn not winning the big one, so, like, I think the next NXT special, like, he needs to win.
It'll be time.
I think so, and, like, I think they've done a great job of, like, kind of building up that idea, like, he's always that close that he's just something happens that costs him, you know, and I like that a lot, you know, and it's like it's kind of with the Daniel Bryan style. It's like only like you better deliver, you know, you can't be, you know, pushing this off much longer. But very, very good match. Probably the best main event they've had from NXT specials anyway. You know,
yeah, probably. It was very, very solid.
Yeah, I give this 4 stars. I really liked him.
I'm going to give it 3 3/4 just because of the slow start.
Yeah.
I thought, and there were times when it was just 2 guys in the ring and it was like rest holds.
Yeah, yeah.
The guys on the outside are resting. You guys shouldn't be resting. So it was, but it was a really good match. I think it just needed a little bit more to kick it up to that classic level.
I think if they had, I may even think that if they had trimmed the time down, it might have helped a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, but we'll see.
They could have added a little more time to those other matches. Not that those were matches I particularly wanted to see,
but
you know, give those guys. I mean, Parker's a guy that they've been having on their show, and he's been cutting promos and having matches, and then you just wipe them off. So
yeah. Oh, well. What do you give the show overall? You think?
This one's kind of tough. It was kind of an average in the middle, but effective show. I think I'm going to give it like a 7.
I'm going to go with 7.25. You know, a little bit higher, but yeah, a very solid show, a good average show. Not really one you need to rush out to see, but certainly check out the tag team match, the Kenta segment, and the 2 title matches at the end of them. So it's the title matches and Kenta. That's basically it.
Right, and if you enjoy NXT, it's an easy sit through.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'd check it out.
I would check it out too. All right, guys, take care. Bye.